inverse functions, let's take another example. We have this function f of x is equal to square root of x plus 1 minus 5 for values of x greater than or equal to -1. We're supposed to find an expression for the inverse of x and then solve the equation where the inverse of x is equal to f of 35. Now let's start. F of x is equal to square root of x plus 1 minus 5. What do we do first of all? We take the 3 steps to get the inverse of the function. Write the function as y. So I'm going to take this f of x as y, and that will be x plus 1 minus 5. Step 2, interchange the variables x and y. So x takes y, the position of y, and y takes the position of x. Step 3, make y the subject of the formula. So what do we do now? We want to make y the subject of the formula. So we'll start with the constant that is attached to the right hand side. So what do I do to eliminate that? I will add 5 to both sides. Add 5 to both sides. So on this side I have x plus 5, and then -5 plus 5 is 0. I'll have y plus 1. Still, I have the square root of y plus 1 on the right hand side. So for me to be able to make y the subject of formula, I need to eliminate. I need to take away the square root. And how do I do that? The reverse of the square root is what? Taking square of both sides. So I'm going to square both sides. X plus 5 square. And when I take the square of the square root, what happens? It cancels out the square root, and then I'll have just y plus 1. Y should be the subject of the formula, but 1 is added to it. So what do I do to take away 1? I would subtract 1 from both sides. I'll subtract 1 from this side as well. So x plus 5 squared, take away 1 is equal to y, because 1 minus 1 is 0. So when you arrive at this point where you've made y the subject of the formula, then you have automatically got the inverse of the function. So we can now write it as the inverse of x is equal to x plus 5 squared minus 1. So we have got the first part of this formula, of the question. We have solved A part of the question. Now let's go to the B part. For the B part, the inverse of the function is supposed to be equal to f of 35. Now let's go to the f of x function. B. F of x is equal to square root of x plus 1 minus 5. So f of 35 is going to be square root of 35 plus 1 minus 5. 35 plus 1 is 36. Square root of 36 is what? 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. So f of 35 is equal to 1. Now, the inverse of the function is equal to f of 35, which is 1. So I'm going to equate these two together. X plus 5 squared minus 1 is equal to 1. So x plus 5 squared, I'm going to add 1 to both sides, which automatically makes this 0. I'll have 1 plus 1, and that's what? 2. So if x plus 5 squared is equal to 2, I'm supposed to solve for x. So I'm going to take square root of both sides, so that x plus 5 is now equal to plus or minus square root of 2. So only x would be plus or minus square root of 2 minus 5, because I'm going to take away 5 from both sides. But then there is a constraint. Why? Because my values of x here given should be from -1 greater than or equal to minus 1. So if I do plus or minus square root of 2 minus 5, I'll be having x is equal to plus root 2 minus 5, or x is equal to minus root 2 minus 5. So that minus root 2 minus 5 will not be within the limits that were given. Therefore, the only solution we have would be plus square root of root 2 minus 5. Simple.